Tales from the jails, folks. It's John G. Sutton. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. It's down there. It helps, you know. Absolutely, it does help. I'm going to talk today about HMP Eastwood, which is in Eastwood Park, actually. It's in Gloucestershire. And it's recently been reported in an article in The Independent that the prison has been inspected by the Chief Inspector of Prisons, a man called Charlie Taylor, who found that the prison was using an extraordinary amount of forcible intervention with staff. In the last 8 months, 22 instances of staff intervening and stripping naked 22 of the inmates and placing them in secure units with protective clothing. That's what they do, is they rip all the clothing off and they have like extremely strong, it's like a nylon fabric, and they can wear that. It's just but there's nothing that they can't do anything with it. They can't tear it, and basically it just provides them a pair of trousers, shorts, yeah, and like a singlet top. So that's the secure kind of clothing that they get provided with. But 22 times in the last 8 months, staff have had to go in and rip the clothing off females. The problem that the prison has been experiencing is based on the fact that quite a considerable number of the inmates are suffering from mental health issues. It takes quite a lot to get females locked up. It's not just a matter of a drop of a hat, you know. They don't put females into prison for something or nothing. But when they do get into prison, very often they are suffering from a mental breakdown. And of course, when they get in there, they're not exactly treated with the respect that is due to somebody who's having a nervous breakdown. They're just slung into the cells, and that's where they have been self-harming. There's been a 31% rise, I believe it is, in inmates harming themselves. And when we're talking about harming oneself, it very often involves lacerating, cutting the arms or cutting the body. It's not necessarily life-threatening, but it is certainly it's dangerous because you can become infected, and it's unsightly. You know, your arms are scarred forever. I mean, anybody here who's been into prison and seen people who self-harm will know that they're covered in laceration. They don't just do it once, they do it time after time after time. And obviously it's a cry for help, is it not? But what help are they receiving in HM prisons? Well, according to the Chief Inspector of Prisons, Charlie Taylor, HMP Eastwood Park isn't exactly the answer. And it's getting completely out of hand. So where do they go from here? Well, they're just putting more and more people in to prison. So the prisons are at capacity. I believe the actual capacity of the prison estate in England and Wales is something like 89,000. But at the moment they're holding 88,700 and something. So it's at capacity. I absolutely can't take any more. So they started to do an early release program where they're releasing inmates 2 months early. I believe that this is sensible. I mean, listen, if you've been sent to prison for 12 months, I mean, what's prison for anyway? We've been through this time and time again. By the time you've done 6 months or 3 months even, you've understood what it's about, and that what you did was absolutely wrong. There isn't any point. You're not learning. You're not rehabilitating by staying in for another 3 months, are you? That is not going to get anybody anywhere. So it's quite sensible to allow people who are non-violent, not drug dealers or anything like that, back out into society. We're talking about people who have committed things like non-payment of fine. I keep going on about this, rates, failing to pay your rates, whatever it is, failing to pay your television license, all nonsense like that. Prison shouldn't be used for that. And the idea that prison is used as retribution is, in this day and age, an absolute disgrace. I mean, prison should be specifically for rehabilitation and for the security of society. Obviously, if somebody has gone out and committed murders, multiple murders, then they have to be secluded from society. But we can do so in a humane manner. Also, you've got a problem these days where some institutions, some of the prison estate, are requiring staff to address the occupants of the cells as Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, or address them as residents, service users, or clients, not criminals and convicts. But when I was there, it was just you used the surname, Oi, Smith, get in your cell. Yeah. Fraser, get behind your door. They understand that. I mean, if you used to say to somebody, excuse me, Mr. Fraser, would you like to return to your cell? I mean, we're not talking about people here who are known to have good reasoning skills, are we? We're talking about people who will nail you down and rip your teeth out with a pair of pliers. Residents, no. Service users, no. Clients, no. Criminals, yes. Although they must be treated with a degree of respect and put onto a rehabilitation programme, which there doesn't seem to be any at the moment, really. Grendon Underwood, I believe, is brilliant. It certainly served my former associate Mark Leach very well. He came out of there a changed man. He's never been back since. Done a lot of good work since then. So Grendon Underwood seems to have the right idea. It's a hospital-style institution for recognised psychopaths. Right, so it's that time of day, folks. That's a song dinger, by the way. Yeah, I'll tell you what I've been buying lately. I've got some 78 records, old 78 records of Elvis. I've been listening to them. Don't, that's what you say each time that I hold you this way. When I feel like this and I want to kiss you, baby, don't say don't. If you think that I don't mean every word I'm saying. Anyway, that's me murdering that song by Elvis. I'm going to recite you a poem now from memory. Look, I haven't got any no notes, no nothing here. Look, see, nothing. Yeah, this is absolutely from memory. So let's see if I can do it. The Lion and Albert. Larry the goatherd likes this, yeah. There's a little seaside town called Blackpool that's noted for fresh air and fun. And Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom went there with young Albert, their son. A grand little lad with young Albert, all dressed in his best. Quite a swell. He'd a stick with a horse's hair handle, the finest that Woolworths could sell. They didn't think much of the ocean. The waves, well, they were piddling and small. There were no wrecks and nobody drowned. Fact, nothing to laugh at all. So, seeking for further amusement, they paid and went into the zoo, where they had lions and tigers and camels, old ale and sandwiches too. There was one great big lion called Wallace, whose nose was covered in scars. He lay in a somnolent posture, with the side of his face to the bars. Now, Albert had heard about lions, how they was ferocious and wild. To see Wallace lying so peaceful, well, it didn't seem right to the child. So straightway the brave little fella, not showing a morsel of fear, took his stick with the horse's hair handle and poked it in Wallace's ear. You could see that the lion didn't like it, for, giving a kind of a roll, he pulled Albert in the cage with him and swallowed the little lad whole. Now, Pa, who had seen the occurrence and didn't know what to do next, said, "Mother, yon lion's Albert." Mother said, "Well, I am vexed." They sent for the animal keeper, who was quite nice about it. He said, "What a tragic mishap. Are you sure that it's your boy he's eaten?" Pa said, "Am I sure? There's his cap." But Mother had turned a bit nasty. You see, she said, someone's got to be summoned. So that was decided upon. They went to the magistrate fella, who gave his opinion. He said he wished that the Ramsbottoms would have further sons to their name. At that, Mother got proper angry. "Why, thank you, sir, kindly," said she. "What, waste all our lives raising children to feed ruddy lions? Not me." Yeah, that was my attempt at memorising and repeating The Lion and Albert. Sincerely hope you like that, folks. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do like and subscribe. There we go. Hey, don't forget to buy my book.